26 Charlie Tango 1017 1017 listening.
Hello all, it would be Thursday the 19th today of January 2017. So morning, afternoon or evening, whenever it is you're watching this and wherever you live in the world, in YouTube land. I received the jumbo yesterday, the Ham International Jumbo, which unfortunately for everyone involved, the seller and myself, it didn't go to plan. If you've watched the previous video what was put up, I received the radio. It was well packaged. It came in about 4 or 5 days. I don't know exact, 4 or 5 days. The actual package was in one piece. The corners weren't dented, so it hadn't been dropped on the floor or roughly handled by the carrier. When I got the radio out, unfortunately there was no receive on it. No the loudspeaker was emitting no noise whatsoever. I plugged the headphones in, that was the same, and I plugged into the extension speaker at the back, nothing. Wiggled around with the switches, didn't play about with it too much. Transmitted into a dummy load into a meter, and it was erratic. The power output was erratic between the 3 blocks. I think it was 6 watts, 2 watts and 1.5 watts. I'd have to watch the video again to be deadly accurate, but something like that. So a bit disappointing, and I'll take my hat off to the seller, Ray, in Scotland, because he's quick to try and refund all the money, and the PayPal accounts and all this. The money hasn't been spotted in there yet, but they tend to hang on to people's money. I've had this year's gone by about 7 years ago where a guy paid some money. It came into a bit of an argument on the telephone, him swearing at me saying he's paid for it, I better post it, and I'm saying I ain't posting it till I've got the money. And it turns out that PayPal had took his money. They didn't tell me that he took his money, and they wanted to keep the money for 3 weeks or up to 28 days because his address didn't match up or wasn't verified or something. So I was in the dark, not seeing any money in the account. I've got a man on the phone saying he'd paid for it and I should post it. And I'm saying I ain't posting it till I've received the money. But PayPal on the sly had actually took the money off him, not told me, and not released it to me, because his account was not verified with his address. So it's very easy to get into these little jumblies, you know. So maybe that's what's going to happen with this jumbo thing. The guy claims he's refunded the 200 quid, but my wife can't see it in the account yet. So whether they're going to hang on to it again for another 3 weeks or what's going to give, I don't know. But like I say, he's been good with his communication. He did package it well. I don't know the history of the radio. He says he owned it for 36 years. Which is a good sign, because when they've been through lots of hands, they can have all these I'll just turn the audio up, and I'll just turn the power up. So if one man's owned it from as good as new, chances are he's never been in there with a screwdriver, fiddled, or he's used it for the radio for what it is. I'm trying to come to a bit of a deal with him, because I've got a frequency counter, a microphone and the radio. The microphone's got plenty of scratches on. The name badge appears okay, and it rustled a few times. Probably needs a bit of switch cleaner in it, but it is a Ham International one, which really is a Leeson TW232. I sold one yesterday on eBay, quite a clean one. But either way, the frequency counter works. That would be there. I've wired that up, so when I key the radio up, 27921. So I basically sent him a message and says, well, I've got to get the radio repaired, to send it to Cornwall, to the shack, to James. It's probably going to cost 40 quid to send it, possibly 50 quid to get it repaired. That's 90 quid. I'll value the frequency counter at 30 and the mic at 20. So if he's to refund £80, I'll be happy, and I'll get the radio sent off and get it fixed. He could have said, no, I want the lot back and I'll refund you 200 quid, in which case I would have done that. So, compromise is sometimes good, because the radio doesn't look too bad a condition. When you flick it on, it does turn on, but obviously there is a fault with it, so that's going to have to be repaired. It's a bit inconvenient. I've got to package it up, send it off, wait probably a month to get it back, blah blah blah. But there you go. It will be realigned and any faults found and sorted. So from that point of view, it should be fairly reliable. Coming on to today's video, I don't like watching unboxing videos of new equipment on eBay because it's a bit boring. Oh, I've got this and I've got that in the box, and they've sent me this and that, and I find them boring. But I like to do unboxings on my channel because it's second-hand equipment I'm buying, and it's interesting to see how people pack things. Everybody's different. That jumbo was exceptionally well packed. It really was. Very well packed. When I got this Harrier CBX on another video on my channel, I don't know if you've seen it or not, you can actually see through a crack in the side of the box the power lead and the mic. I'm surprised the power lead didn't actually fall out. Well, that's that one. So, here's today's offerings. I think I paid for this, I'm not sure exactly to the day, but roughly a week ago. And me being a gormless idiot, I don't read all the I don't read everything. I quickly zoomed through the listing and decided that I'd buy it. It's an old Mark 1 Lincoln, the original Lincoln. And in all my days on sideband, it's pretty flat at the moment. There's not a lot doing on sideband where I live. And I believe we're at the bottom, or just coming out of the 11-year cycle. We won't go into that one. I don't quite understand it enough to explain it to everyone, but some people say it's a 9-year cycle, and I've always remembered it to be 11 years. Whichever, we're at the bottom, or just coming out the bottom of it, so sideband's a bit flat. Very rare I hear anybody on sideband. Maybe the reason why this guy sold this radio in. Anyway, I bought this radio. It says it's not the original mic or bracket. I ain't too fussed about that as long as the radio works okay. The packaging, that's what's, I haven't opened it yet. I've had this in my possession for about an hour. I'm not in a rush to open it after the disappointment with the jumbo yesterday, because normally I would have come straight in here and got the video camera and opened it and, you know, all the rest. But today I'm a bit nulled and a bit slightly down. It's not the end of the world, is it? I suppose I should put things into perspective. Nobody's died. It's not a... But either way, some kind of thin wrapping paper. Nothing on there to say fragile or handle with care or nothing. And like I say, myself being a bit of an idiot, I didn't read word for word everything. I scanned through it quickly and bought the radio. I buy it now, just over 100 quid. I think it was 101, I'm not sure if it was 100 or 101 pound, and then something like 8 or 9 quid postage. So that's it, shoebox. I will do my usual trick. I'll get my, excuse me, I'll get my Stanley knife. It's quite heavy, this is. Can't lift it with one hand. The box looks to be okay in the corners, so I wouldn't say it's had any severe rough handling. That's the first giveaway sign. When the side's all dented in, it means it's been thrown. Hopefully it's had a good journey from Northern Ireland. A lovely pretty picture on the box, look. I hope he remembered to put the radio in there and hasn't left the shoes in there. They might not fit me. Either way, this will continue when I found my Stanley knife, wherever I've put it. And I'll continue unboxing, and then as usual, get my meter and my dummy load, connect it to a power supply and see what power it puts out. I think they should do about 10 and, I don't know, 10 AM FM, probably 20 sideband, I don't know. I have had 3 of these radios years gone by, and as I said earlier, I did some really good sidebanding about 28 years ago on one of these radios. Spoke to Zimbabwe, South Africa, New York. I did about 9 states in America in the space of about 2 months. No burner, no amplifier, just straight radio power. And the radio I owned at the time, I think it was 30 watts on a whistle, on a peak, PEP, you know, 30 watts. Torque power was about 22 watts, I believe, on sideband, upper sideband, and on FM and AM it was doing 10 watts. And yeah, there was a real good lift on. and I spoke to absolute loads of states. I did have it logged down. I did get a lot of QSL cards. Since then I've got married, moved house several times, and probably would never be able to locate those QSL cards. Thing of the past. I'm not sure if the people still send them to each other. It's normally electronic these days, an email or something such like. But either way, I'll stop blabbing on, find my Stanley knife, and then undo the box, and then go through the normal ritual of connecting to a meter. So back shortly. Cut the tape and open the shoebox. It looks like there's a carrier bag, a few bags. You see a slight bit of bubble wrap, so you never know. It doesn't look like a pair of shoes in the shoebox, at least, so it looks like I may have the radio. Let's carry on. Radio's unboxed. It looks very presentable. Whether you like the sticker or not is debatable, but the radio does look nice and clean. Normally the channel selector here, the little tiny ridges between, there's like little microscopic ridges coming down. They're normally filled with dust. That one's fairly clean. Now, I didn't know this. See, you still learn, even at my age, 52, you still learn something new every week. I only discovered by accident by watching somebody else's YouTube channel last week. I can't speak for Southern Ireland, so if you know the answer to this, leave it in the comments. But in Northern Ireland, nobody seems to use FM, so it's just sideband. So I'll come to a silly presumption, which is, it's pretty flat at the minute, sideband. It's pretty dead, to be fair. Occasionally I hear the odd station in Europe. I wouldn't want to walk there, but it's not that far away, is it, compared to America? Not from England, like France and Italy and round there. Like I say, I certainly wouldn't want to walk there, but you know, it's not far reaches the other side of the pond, as they say. It's not America. I haven't heard them. I haven't heard the States on 11 metres yet this year. In fact, I haven't heard them for about quite a while. So my estimation is that if they're only using sideband in Ireland, unless there's loads of local guys talking to each other, of course, a little community going on somewhere, maybe. But if somebody owned this radio to talk abroad and have some good long distance conversations, it probably wasn't happening, as I say, because the skip is pretty bad at the moment. We're on the bottom of the cycle, just lifting out. So I would guess that's why they sold the radio. At least I hope that's why. It's still in the USB position. Like I say, I was unaware as to the fact that they don't use FM. I don't know why. Maybe somebody can enlighten me on that one. It was quite a surprise to me. But so there you go. The next time you see it, in a moment, there'll be a meter on it and a dummy load, and we'll be checking the output power. See what happens. Right then, back again. I've powered the radio up. I forgot how small these digits were, but saying that, I'm used to looking at the Kenwood 570D digits, which are quite big. And also on the power lead, I didn't realise, I never looked closely enough at it, on the power lead there was actually a cigarette lighter socket plug on the end, so I've plugged it directly into my power supply, so I've had to move my my radio table and everything and set it up temporarily here. It's when I turned it on, it was on the 5s. I had no receive audio. When I turned the volume up, the PA button was switched in, so that's that one. So it is transmitting anyway. That's one good bit of news. Nobody can hear me on the 5s because I've got a dummy load in the back of my meter, so I'm not transmitting through an antenna. It is putting power out. I'll key up. Can't see this too much. I'm sorry about the glare and reflection, but that's on its lowest power, and that's on the switch is on 10 watts through the dummy load. 3.5 watts. That's on its lowest power. Hang on. Right, I got a bit sidetracked there, because I was making the next part of this video, checking the radio with a dummy load. I'm not sure where I got to, because the wife decided she was off out and could have checked the oil on the car. Hey, so that's what I've been and done. I've returned back to this. Right, and I forgot how big the displays were on these radios. It's actually quite tiny. Since I last owned one, I now wear glasses for the last 5 years. Very focal things, because I can't really see very small writing. But either way, it's very small, the display. I'm amazed. I never remembered it to be that small. Having said that, I've been used to looking at a Kenwood 570D digital display, which is quite large. Right, we've got the dummy loading and the power meter. It's on its lowest setting on the RF power. It's on FM. The radio was on when I turned it on, was on 27555 upper sideband, which goes back to what I was saying earlier on. Don't use FM, allegedly. Right, key the radio up, showing you the meter, through the dummy load. It's showing about 4 watts. Now, I don't know if that's focused, I think it is. Just under 4 watts, and that's on its lowest power setting. Right, I'll turn the power up, and I know it's off. They're supposed to do 10 watts, these are, aren't they? There you go, bang, straight off the meter. Unfortunately, the next scale is 100, so it won't be too easy to work out on this meter because there's no reference down here. So I'll have to disconnect my other meter, blah blah. So anyway, the thing appears to be, I've got sound, which is what I didn't have on the Jumbo. It's definitely transmitting power, more than 10 watts, definitely more than 10 watts. So I'll turn that down. I'll stick it on sideband, see if the needle jumps up and down like Billy-O, which of course it probably will do. I'll stick it on USB. That's USB. Watch the meter. I won't go check, 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 audio, audio, check, check, and all that, because I find that very irritating watching some of these American videos. So 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. So that's going up like Billy-O. I'll put it onto the 100 watt setting. It's pretty dark. I should get some good lights going here. That's on the 100 watt setting, and I will turn the radio RF power up full. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 100 watts. Ooh la, ooh la. Now that's going up to the 1, whatever that means on this. It can't be 100 watts. This radio would never do 100 watts. So yeah, so I can't give a more specific power output on this radio, unfortunately. I'll have to unwire the other radio. There's a lot of trouble at the moment because it's got LED lights and all sorts in. When I say the other radio, I meant the other power meter, this one here. I'll have to disconnect loads of leads and all that, so I won't bother. What I will do is put the radio in situ where it's going to sit for the meantime, and then it will be ran through that meter. So we'll get more of an idea, but I'll put a call out, and I'm sure one of my local friends will come back to me to tell me yay or nay, does it sound any good? I think it will. I think it will. Right, thanks for watching this bit. I'll add this to the next bit. After me yesterday's ordeals with my Jumbo, this one looks very clean. It's got a plug on the end. So the guy must have took it mobile. It's got a cigarette lighter plug adapter on the end. And Sid heard me. Can you repeat where he is, please? Sorry about this. I've just turned my video camera on.
75 miles west of London, 800 feet ASL.
Oh, Roger. Yeah, very good. And he's out doing a whole day. I'll take it he's there till it gets dark, is he? What's your call sign? What's his call sign, Adrian?
Charlie Tango 141.
Right, you are, Sid. Oh, it's Sid. It's Sid. It's all right. My brain's just clicked in. It's just started working. Hello, Sid, mate. It's Shane, Charlie Tango 1017. I've watched quite a lot of your videos, and I don't know if you're using a Lincoln, but I have seen a Lincoln used in your videos, Roger. Adrian will have to 10.5 to me, so as I say, I'm getting static off my antenna. But what radio are you operating on, Sid, at the moment? Can hear a little voice in the background.
Shane, he's got the original Lincoln at home base. He does use it mobile sometimes, but at the moment he's on an Anytone 5555.
Right, yeah. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to shut up, and I'm going to plug my homemade T2LT, because I think I'll hear Sid on that. I won't well, I could transmit on it, but my matcher's not in line, so my swar will be a bit higher. But I'll go quiet for a moment, and I'll plug my my other antenna in, and yeah, it'll be seen on video camera then how much of an improvement an homemade piece of coax is to one of these blooming A99s with static. Right, carry on, Adrian. Sorry to interrupt you, mate.
Oh, it's not my frequency, mate, but Andy, are you still by? Are you taking Sid?
Right then. I just heard him, he says he can't hear him at all, mate. Sorry, whoever that was. So the Lincoln is working. So
Picking him up on and off on the lights again at
that's Frank.
Oh dear, typical timing, isn't it? Oh well, I don't know if you could hang around for a minute, Sid. You may or may not have heard that Shane's going to change antenna to try and get a two-way with you.
Yeah, change antennas.